The Italy residency by investment has three different options for you to get residency that leads up to citizenship. And the first option is to invest at least 1 million euros in an Italian company. The second option would be to invest at least 1 million euros in a project which actually has a positive effect on the Italian economy, and this has to be approved by the Italian government. And then number three is invest at least 2 million euros by purchasing bonds approved and issued by the Italian government. Also, if you'll visit our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and go to the top of the website and hit the question part and answer those questions, and be glad to help you in any type of problem that you've got there. The residency applicants can obtain citizenship after living and working in Italy for 10 years. Italian citizens had visa-free or visa-free on arrival access to 186 countries and territories, ranking the Italian passport fourth in terms of travel freedom, tied with Spain, Luxembourg, and Finland. Italy does allow for dual citizenship. The GDP per capita in Italy is about $35,000 US a year. Tax rates are progressive and range anywhere from 23% to 43%. Additional taxes are due at the regional level from 0.9 to 1.4%, and then you have local taxes that are from 0.1 to 0.8%. And also you can actually apply for a worldwide tax exemption, which it's basically a flat tax. It's a favorable tax advantage that's granted to those people who move their fiscal residency to Italy. A fixed tax of 100,000 euros on the primary earner on each family member of 25,000 euros is charged on all income earned abroad. This is applicable for a duration of 15 years. For main residences bought from a registered entity, VAT is at 4%. For second homes, the VAT in Italy is set at 10%, and for the majority of homes, and also for it's 20% for properties that are actually classed in what's called A1, A8, and A9 for luxury and stately homes. Everyone who owns land or property in Italy, whether they're resident or non-resident, must pay a property tax, which is usually, it ranges anywhere from 0.2 to 0.76% of the total declared value of the property. Corporate tax rates in Italy run just under 28%. Healthcare and education in Italy is quite good. Okay, I'm going to give you my evaluation of the Italian program, the residency that leads up to citizenship. Italy's got a great passport, and it's a member of the EU, but in my opinion, the annual flat tax rate of 100,000 euro tax maximum and 25,000 euro maximum per family member is too high in my opinion, and that's only set for 15 years. And also you have to wait 10 years before you can apply for the passport, and you've got to know the Italian language to get the passport. I've seen so many problems that come up during that 10-year period. The laws can change. If you don't learn that language, you got a problem. There's so many issues that can come up. Italy does have a lot of advantages, but you're going to have to consider these that I've talked about. Now, I put on other videos the main things that you should be looking at when you're getting any type of passport, whether it's a citizenship by investment or residency by investment. But these are the things, if you want a passport pretty quick that checks all the boxes, this is the thing that I would be looking for. And I wouldn't bypass any of these decisions when you're actually looking for a second passport and citizenship. And that is, number one, is get a citizenship program that you know you can get as long as you have no civil or criminal past. A lot of residency by investment countries don't go by the statutory requirements after the minimum residency requirements have been made, therefore messing up your plans for a passport in a reasonable amount of time. So even if you don't have a civil or criminal problem, you can still run into other problems that's going to keep you from getting a residency that leads up to citizenship. You don't have that with the fast track program. As long as you don't have a civil or criminal problem, you're almost guaranteed to get the passport and the citizenship. And number two is make sure the country that you're applying for has no military requirements to get the passport. And number three is make sure the tax system that's in place for that country is either a territorial tax system or a pure tax haven. that does not tax worldwide income. Now, Italy does tax worldwide income, and even with this exemption they're given of $100,000 for the primary and then $25,000 for the family members on income outside the country. That's only good for 15 years, and it doesn't affect the taxes inside the country. And you got to remember that the taxes overall, even the property taxes, all of those property taxes that I listed, it was just on property. They had like 3 different taxes just on property alone. So these are things you got to consider when you're getting property, because you got to add that with all of the other taxes that you're paying too. And also, what I'd be looking for too is getting a passport that doesn't require you to learn a new language. I'm going to tell you something. I've seen so many people waste so much time because they try to get a passport citizenship where they've got to learn a new language, and they never learn it fluently enough to pass that test. And consequently, they've wasted tons of time trying to get that passport. But always get a passport citizenship that allows dual citizenship too. Now, you do have that in Italy. In fact, a lot of the countries in Europe do allow dual citizenship. But the problem is most of these countries in the EU, they tax, in fact, I don't know of any country that doesn't tax worldwide income that's a member of the EU. And this is something that you have to consider. And Italy is one of the highest tax countries in the EU. So this is something you need to take in consideration. And always pick a country too that has visa-free travel, and this is number 6, at least to the Schengen countries, okay? And because when you go to Europe, otherwise you're going to get visas everywhere you go. And the fast-track programs, let's say in St. Kitts, Antigua, places like this, they allow you to go visa-free to the Schengen countries. So this opens up that opportunity where you've got good visa-free travel, no income tax, no capital gains tax, no estate or inheritance taxes, like in St. Kitts or Antigua. And you don't have to learn the second language. You know English, There's no test you got to pass. And you can have as many citizenships as you want with that. And you got nice weather all year round. I just don't understand why people go through all this hassle unless you don't mind high taxes and socialism. But if you don't like that, then why go to all this trouble going to a European country that's going to tax you on your worldwide income? And if you find one that is pretty low in taxes, like Malta, they charge so much. You're looking at over $1 million for the passport, and it was still going to take you a year to get it. So, these are things that you need to take in consideration. Anyway, if you want to learn more on how to legally get your taxes to zero or how to get a second passport quick as 3 or 4 months, do 3 things. Hit the subscribe button to the right of your screen. You'll get the new videos as they come out automatically. And number 2 is I'd like to hear from you if you got a question or comment, and just put it in the question or comment below and I'll get back with you. And number 3 is go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and go to the top of the website, hit the question part, and then fill those questions out and get them back to us. We deal with about 74 citizenship by investment and residency by investment countries. If you're not interested in Italy, we've got a lot more to choose from, and we'll help you in trying to find the one that will get you through this process with the least amount of complications. And I'll look forward to talking to you on the next video. Take care.